Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and I've got a couple of Ripple and XRP related stories for you in this latest Moon Lambeau Hot Jam, which is the right way to say hot jam. If you say hot jam, I don't know why you're saying it over here. Get into it, come on. Get it, girl. Hot jam. That's how you do it right there. We'll be starting with this one from Jed McCaleb, or from you today, rather. It's about Jed McCaleb. So we're having a little bit of a dump-a-thon here. Jed McCaleb dumps 108.3 million XRP worth 537 million remaining in his wallet. And so a couple of things I'm going to be citing as we go through this. First of all, I was surprised in a positive way by a revelation that this particular writer for you today it came to. In reading his stuff, and nothing against him at all, but in reading some of his stuff in the past, a very important key point was not brought up ever. I've read all sorts of articles about the founding members of XRP of Ripple rather selling XRP, and so there's certain. I'll show you in just a second. It certainly jumped out at me, and also we got to talk about the idea of how long is this even going to be a thing? Like, how long is Jed going to be selling XRP? In all likelihood, not much longer, and I will explain why. Also, we've got this headline from the Daily Huddle. Here's how NFTs are coming to the XRP ledger according to Ripple-backed XRPL Labs. And of course, we're talking about non-fungible tokens, and XRPL Labs is a company separate from Ripple, though they are funded through Ripple X, which is it's just the funding development arm of Ripple, the company here. So plenty to talk about. But before we go any further, I do want to be clear that I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast in the world of crypto that likes talking about crypto and XRP and Ripple related stories, and I make YouTube videos on such purely as a for fun hobby. That is all that it is. Never take seriously a guy on the webernets named Moon Lambeau. Just like, why would you do that? All right, into this piece. Over the past 7 days, the person who helped create Ripple Labs, Jed McCaleb, was noticed selling several XRP lumps from his taco stand wallet, which is the best. That's an excellent name for an XRP wallet. So it's taco stand wallet, with the total amount exceeding 108 million tokens. Data obtained from XRP Scan shows that in the past 7 days, Jed McCaleb, who founded Ripple Labs together with Chris Larson and was also its first chief technical officer, has made 7 XRP transfers from his taco stand wallet. Yeah, and not just that, he's the one that came up with the idea of XRP. And when he came up, it was Jed McCaleb who came up with the idea of XRP. He was simply seeking to make a better version of Bitcoin. That's it. He was a Bitcoin enthusiast, early Bitcoiner, who's just like, yeah, this is awesome, but there's going to be some technological shortcomings. Let's see if we can make a better version. So he got together with David Schwartz, who is currently Ripple's CTO, and David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, and the three of them together created XRP and the XRP ledger. Which, by the way, is another reason I'm like, I don't care how wealthy Jed McCaleb gets. He has no powers over me, and even his selling of XRP, it's of no consequence. It really is of no consequence for me or you, and I'll explain further why in just a moment here. But if somebody came up with something that's changing the way money moves around the planet, because look, Ripple and XRP, gosh, Ripple's among the most notable blockchain companies in the world, and XRP has been at the center of what's happening with crypto for the better part of a decade. And so, if he gets rich because it happened because of him, well, super duper. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know what? I give that 2 thumbs up. As long as he's not trampling on anybody else with it, then whatever. And he's not. But anyway, half of these transactions carried 13 million XRP each, and the other half carried 18 million XRP. So that's an equivalent of a staggering $252 million at the present price of 47 cents per coin. Now, here's where it got kind of interesting down here. So a couple things. McCaleb still owns about 3 billion XRP, and they cite that in this article. And what's interesting is, at the current rate of sale, it's highly likely that he's not going to hold any XRP by the time 2021 is concluded. And it may only be a handful of months. Because here's the deal. The way that Jed McCaleb's deal with Ripple works in terms of how much XRP is allowed to sell, mind you, like, they went to court over this, and they ended up coming to an agreement. And Jed McHale can only sell a very small percentage of XRP based on global XRP volume. The reason that's in place is so that regardless of how big the quantity of XRP may sound to you personally, it's such a small percentage of volume that it will not in any measurable way impact the price. And so what are we talking about? So it's upped over time, and it may have started at when the original agreement was set in place X number of years ago. I can't remember if it was like 3, 4, 5 years ago. It was more than 3 years ago, probably 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, whatever it's been a while. So I don't know, call it roughly half a decade. He was initially able to sell, was either 0.5 or 0.75% of global volume, whatever that was. He could sell. He could not exceed that, whatever the quantity of XRP would be for the 7 days following whenever that Sunday ended. And I believe it was around there. You can fact check me. I'm not trying to give false information, but I'm just trying to get the idea out. So it was roughly around there, and then it was upped to 1%. And I don't think it's capped out yet, but I believe, going from memory here, the most that he could ever sell is 1.5% of global XRP volume, which again, even when he gets to that point, is not enough to measurably impact the price action of XRPs. It's a big nothing. So I know it makes him ungodly wealthy, fine, but it's not hurting XRP holders, so I don't care. And also, we wouldn't even have XRP if it weren't for him, so whatever. Just, do whatever. Do your stellar thing. I don't give a damn. I really don't. So that was cool to be aware that, because think about this, if XRP really does, it's an if, but I believe I could be shocked if this doesn't. When XRP rallies to its all-time high and beyond, holy hell. Like, there's going to be such volume going on there that Jed's going to be able to sell substantially more, and he could just unload a vast majority during this market cycle, assuming XRP really does pump. And so I would be happy to get this whole narrative behind us so that we don't have to talk about this ever again. And the other thing that I was really happy to see, frankly, was that there's an acknowledgement that Jed can't impact the price of XRP. And so here's what the author wrote. Jed's regular XRP sales, however, do not impact the exchange rate of XRP. What? I've been saying that for years. And they've been covering this for years. And it's the first time I've ever seen that mentioned. So happy to see that. And then they go on to cite that, frankly, what's happening with the SEC versus Ripple's had a bigger impact. And that I do agree with. I think that the price action of XRP, it's artificially suppressed to this point. Did you guys see this headline? From the Daily Huddle, Jack Dorsey using new crypto project to sell his first tweet. We're talking about non-fungible tokens, and, XRP is going to be a part of this. I have a story which I cited at the outset of this video, but let me briefly run through this first. It's on the same topic. Twitter chief executive Jack Dorsey is auctioning off the first ever tweet in the form of a non-fungible token, or NFT for short. Dorsey is accepting bids for his and the social media platform's first tweet on Valuables by Cent, a new Ethereum-based NFT marketplace. Posted on March 21st, 2006, oh gosh, almost 15 years ago, the tweet up for sale simply reads, "Just setting up my Twitter." And for Twitter, he wrote TWTTR, so he abbreviated it right there. So there's the first ever tweet in history. The Valuables platform allows users to tokenize their tweets and subsequently sell them via its marketplace. The auction tweets remain on Twitter, but the owner of the tweet turned NFT gets to keep it in the form of a unique tokenized asset that lives on the Ethereum blockchain. And so look, we're increasingly entering a world that is just becoming tokenized and more liquid. And we're going to keep going down this path. So the question is, okay, so what platforms will be used for stuff like this? But to me, it seems clear that humans are going to want to continue to do this, to have scarce assets. That's what the appeal of this is. If it's tokenized and there's one of them, it's scarce. It's a scarce. It's just like people who collect fine art. That's a real thing. That's like some serious rich people stuff. But like people do that. And that's awesome. They should be able to do it. And so you're talking about a new digital form of whatever people find value. And so the market can enter price discovery to figure out all of this stuff here. But this isn't going away. And so it's kind of like, how does XRP get a piece of this type of hot action? Because this is where some of the hottest action in terms of price action is occurring in the crypto sphere today. And so here's the headline from Daily Hodl. Here's how NFTs are coming to the XRP ledger according to Ripple-backed XRPL Labs. XRPL Labs' Hubert Gettrue, whose name I'm probably butchering, is explaining how the XRP ledger is preparing to accommodate non-fungible tokens into its network. Leading NFT marketplaces like Rarible or OpenSea currently require the use of an Ethereum wallet, but in an interview with CryptoEddie, Getru says that when the XRP ledger starts facilitating NFT transactions, users will be able to buy and sell them using XRP and other assets instead of relying solely on Ethereum. And here's a quote. You can pay with XRP because you're on the XRP ledger. So you have the decentralized exchange, the XRP ledger decentralized exchange. And there you could trade your NFTs for XRP. You can purchase it with any fiat you want or any asset that you want, and also at a very high speed and no high transaction cost. Well, how about that? Because XRP is awesome for payments. Anyway, so Getru explains that there will essentially be 3 ways to make an NFT on the XRP ledger. And here's a quote. You have 3 ways of actually making those NFTs. One of the ways is you use one address and later you black hole it. So that means you can't make another token. So you can make another token, but that's not really maybe the way you want to go because you have to create a new account every time you want to make an NFT. So another way you could do it is you can use one account and add your domain name to it because the XRP ledger lets you add a domain to your account settings so you can have some sense of trust. If you are an artist with a website, you can show, okay, this is my NFT from my account, and I trust those people that they won't make another NFT of that same image, for example. And so the third method, according to Getru, is the issuance of multiple tokens as a batch. After the process, the account will be black holed. While NFTs have been focused on arts and entertainment in recent months, Getru says that he sees NFTs being used to prove ownership of real-life things in the future. Yes, and again, like I said, people do want things, they want assets that are scarce. That's a big part of the reason people buy stocks. Have you thought about it? There's a finite amount of them. Same thing for crypto, where you have the USD that's just getting printed into oblivion, just endlessly debased. Well, people don't like that. People that know that that's bad don't like that. And so they're diversifying into other things that are provably scarce. And so here's a final quote. Now you see it's mainly used for entertainment uses and for art, but I think you can think much bigger. For now, it's for digital things, but you can also do it for ownership for real life things, or you could think like ownership for houses, maybe birth certificates. There are very many use cases that can be found in the future. So my friends, you're on the cutting edge, and this is the direction everything is heading. But I'll wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.